Our next guest has sold over 100 million albums as a member of the Backstreet Boys, but what fans didn't know, he was fighting a deadly addiction to drugs and alcohol. Please welcome Nick Carter.
Doing great, thank you.
Yeah. So you have been here before, and were you drunk or high when you were here?
Actually, I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Don't remember being here, or don't remember if you were?
Here. Either one.
Yeah.
Both of them.
No, seriously.
No, actually, I was not at those times. I would pick the right moments, and a lot of times I would just, you know, when I was working or. Yeah, I wouldn't be drinking.
Really?
No, yeah.
Didn't you get to the point where you didn't think that people could tell it? There's pictures of you in this People magazine issue. First of all, I mean, the difference, you look amazing. I mean, this picture here is, that's good, right there. And then there's a smaller picture. But then look at the smaller picture. This is from before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference there. Now, and you kind of, did you start feeling bad, or like when did you start this? When did you start drinking?
Well, my first drink, if I can remember, strictly off of my parents and stuff telling me things. Yeah, they had owned a bar in upstate New York when I was really young, and it was called the Yankee Rebel. And my first drink, and there was supposedly a picture of me drinking like a beer at 2 years of age.
At 2?
Yeah. So I mean, maybe you could blame it on that. I mean, there's many excuses, but at the end of the day, I mean, that was it was something that I'm definitely not proud of. You know, something that, you know, but. That was my first drink, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're not taught right from wrong at 2 years old, if you think it's funny for a little kid to be drinking beer, then you're not going to know when you grow up that it's wrong.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And when you were on tour, though, you were drinking not on stage when you were touring, or you're still touring, but when y'all were at the height of your career, you'd drink when you were done?
I would go out either at night or, you know, parties, or I didn't do a lot of morning drinking or anything of that sort, but it'd be sort of an occasional thing, but a lot of occasions that I would kind of make excuses to kind of go out and to drink and a party, and it would be excessive.
Well, there's always occasions. When you're in this business, there's a party, there's always something to go to, there's a function, and then you were doing drugs as well?
Yeah, that kind of came a little later on in life. I mean, alcohol kind of kicked it off, and then, you know, once the alcohol wasn't doing it for me, then I would lean on other things. And
did anyone like in the band or confront you and say, look at you, you're like, you know, bloated, you're like, you look totally different, and did anyone confront you and say, you got to stop this?
I had many occasions, and I had a lot of awakenings, you know, rude awakenings at times, warning signs from DUIs to...
Yeah, what happened? You got a DUI, wouldn't that make you stop?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, what I had done was, you know, I got the DUI, and I realized that it was wrong, and so I decided to go and sort of punish myself, go do the classes, go do the DUI school, do the community service, do everything that I was required to do. And then I would end up in a situation where I was like, okay, well, I'll stop for like 6 months, and then after that, I would feel like it's okay to get back into it, and sort of fool myself in a way. So. Right.
Well, I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people think, well, I can handle it now, but some people just can't. Yeah. And you had some heart thing that that really kind of turned everything around, right?
Yeah, it was it's called a cardiomyopathy, and I mean, it was shocking to me because I never ever thought that I would have anything wrong with me, and you know, seeing my family and my parents and people around me always constantly drinking, I just thought that I could handle it, and I was out on the road. With the boys just recently, and this was like about 6 months ago, and we were over in Europe, and I was starting to get like, you know, some chest pains. I was starting to feel a little uncomfortable, and I mean, and then I figured like you know, maybe what I need to do is just kind of go get myself checked out, you know. And I was drinking a lot, and I was having a lot of anxiety, and went to the doctor and got a full checkup, everything that I could possibly get done, and he found out that I had a myopathy, and he was like, listen, you need to stop. You know, if you don't stop, this is gonna get progressively worse, and you know, you get the people that you've seen in the magazine, like, and I didn't want that to happen to me at all. And it's a condition that, you know, right now, if I get it under control and I change my life, I can be healthy.
And what do you do? Do you just avoid those situations now that trigger that, or did you? Because you obviously work out now. Is that are you channeling your energy into just feeling like I've got to take care of my body?
Yeah, I mean, the working out definitely helped my self-esteem.
Yeah.
And it definitely made it easier for me to kind of push it aside. And then the other things that I just started replacing drinking and the parties and things with healthier things, such as, you know, sports, you know, maybe playing video games, you know, and just try to, you know, just replace those times. Yeah,
because, well, you got lucky, because DUI is, I mean, that's a big warning. I mean, you could have killed somebody. You could have killed yourself, and that's just a really foolish thing, and hopefully people know by now you cannot drink and drive. You can't do that. And are you sober now?
I'm sober now, yes, and you know, one of the things is, you know, I realized that, you know, I'm human just like everybody else, you know, and you know, my goal in life is to be the best person that I can be and try as hard as I can. And you know, I make mistakes, but as long as I realize that I'm human, and you know, as long as I don't punish myself for those mistakes, you know, I could kind of get back on it again and continuously try to be that better person. Yeah.
Well, I hope, you know, you've got a lot going for you. You've got, you know, a huge career, and there's a lot of kids that look at you, and you're a role model, and you've got so much going for you. I hope that you feel that inside and fill yourself up with that you're a really great guy, and you don't need something else to dull anything or numb anything, because you're a good guy, and just start from inside feeling good about yourself.
Thank you so much.
But I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. We'll chat with our friends Ren on the Rocks after this. Don't go away.